Liz Crosby here with a yoga flow to hopefully help it rain. So we'll start in a comfortable cross-legged position. For you, if that's half lotus or a simple cross-legged position, that's totally fine. I love Padmasana to ground down through the sit bones and create a stronger standing still wave of rooting and rebounding forces. So if you don't have lotus though, honor your knees, honor your ankles. Cross-legged position, hands come to your knees. Now start to take some circles. Grounding down through the sit bones, firming the pelvic floor muscles, Mula Bandha engagement. So what we're doing is connecting the bandhas, the energy locks, invoking our central core. So it should feel like a liquid fire tube ride is spiraling through your spine by the time we're done with this. And then keep that energy conduction, that energy current throughout the practice. And this is so, as we clear karmic debris in the emotional body, we'll be able to process them with fine-tuned analysis. Switch the direction of your circles. Mula Bandha unites root chakra and sacral chakra. And when you're standing, of course, in standing postures, this is the scissoring of the thighs together, firming of the pelvic floor muscles. And then start to slow that back down. Pause for a few moments, steady the spine, and feel that connection between Muladhara and Svadhisthana, root chakra, sacral chakra. Keep that connection, now pulling the energy up the spine. Inhales, you pull the chest forward, and exhaling to round. Inhales, you pull chest forward, exhaling to round. Moving in and out of your cat-cow shapes. Connecting breath with movement. And connecting solar plexus and heart chakra. This is Uddiyana Bandha, the Rajas Gunas. We are literally transforming ourselves when we invoke these gunas, these elements. And then start to slow that back down. Pause for a few breaths. Notice the effects. If you need to switch the cross of the legs, now's a good time to do so. Cactus the arms. Inhales, twist to the left, exhales to the right. Draw the shoulder blades together and down the back, tuck the chin and re-extend out the crown. Jalandhar Bandha activation, throat chakra and brow chakra connecting again. This is why I'm wearing blue today. We are clearing emotional body, but in order to clear the emotions, they must pass through throat chakra. Color blue. Right? Shiva puts all of the poison of the world in his throat. Namah Shivaya. It's just fitness unless we are actively activating the sattvic gunas. So yes, there may be some inversions in this practice to furthermore activate these cerebral spinal centers. Start to slow back down. Hands to thighs, steady the spine, pause for a few breaths. All right, last thing before we begin our flow, sweep the hands out and up. Thumbs point towards each other, press the fingers into the mounds of the hands. Spiral the eyes of the elbows towards each other and plug your arms in. Inhale deeply through the nose. Open the mouth and pant like a dog. Take it up into your nose. And inhale deeply. Exhale, side out the mouth, let it go. Keeping the bandhas in mind throughout the practice. And meet me on all fours. Release your cross-legged variation. Grounding down through your palms and your shins. Inhale as you melt the heart forward and up, sit bones reach up, gaze up. And exhale to round. So sacral chakra is characterized by creativity and movement, which is also quite necessary for regulating the emotional body. You kind of need to give into the breath and let the breath move the body so as to get into every little nook and cranny and clear everything else that we have stored up. So think beyond some of these very characteristic shapes that you see time and time again on Instagram or in books. And just let yourself flow creatively. Even if you don't consider yourself to be a creative, take it into some bear pose, the cat-cow remix, hip circles, shoulder circles. Whatever feels good in the spine. Beautiful, into your puppy dog pose. Walk the knees back, walk the hands forward, and melt your heart down towards the mat. Re-extend the sit bones. Maybe forehead to mat, maybe chin to mat, maybe the whole chest makes it down to the floor. And if the whole chest is down on the floor, tuck the toes. Maybe press down through the big toe mounds and lift the knees up. A couple more deep breaths wherever you are, opening up Anahata heart chakra. And then gently release the knees if they are lifted. Roll forward into your Sphinx pose. Hips to mat. Elbows stacking underneath shoulders. Untuck the toes. Broaden across your collarbones. From here, just a little tiny bit of heat goes a long way for excavation, unearthing purposes. Pressing down through the forearms and with the toes untucked, press down through the bridges of the feet. Lift your hips up and lower. Lift and lower once more and lift. Lower. Stay down on the ground in your Sphinx and actually magnetize yourself to the earth. Enhance that connection and pull the energy up, especially into the heart space. Now drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Let chin with your chest. Left or left shoulder. Breathe into your cervical spine. Again, opening up Vishuddha is so important for clearing the emotional body. Vishuddha literally means not throat chakra, but purification. Back through to center. Now straighten through the arms, coming into seal pose. Take some little shoulder circles here. And opening up every little crevice today and switch the direction of your circles. Give into that creative impulse. You can even do alternating shoulder circles if you'd like. Extend the arms forward, palms facing towards one another. Just a little bit of invocation of heat from solar plexus. Right arm and left leg lift. Exhale, switch. Inhale, left arm, right leg lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right arm, left leg lift. Exhale to lower, last one. Inhale, left arm, right leg lift. Exhale to lower. Now lift everything up. Cactus the arms. Press down for the fingertips. Notice the legs are still engaged even though they're making contact with the floor. Puff your chest as you inhale. Exhale, drop the right shoulder and gaze over your left for your serpent's pose. Inhale through center. Exhale into twist. Back through the center as you inhale. Exhale, slowly release the spine back down. Hands behind the back, interlace, press palms together. Reach the hands back behind. Not only is it important to invoke the space we're about to penetrate with heat, but also to protect the spine. Keep the back of your core engaged here. So transforming our locust into a cobra. Release the interlace. Hands slide underneath your shoulders. Again, add strength of the arms. The legs are pressing into the floor, but they're still engaged. Wrap those elbows in towards your side bodies. Puff your chest. Gonna turn it into a movement now. Exhale. Roll it back into your child's pose. Inhale, roll forward into your cobra pose. Exhale to roll back into your child's pose. Again, best wave emulation. Embodying that energy of a wave crashing against the shoreline. And then receding back into the ocean. Again, give into the movement. Even if you don't consider yourself to be creative, let the sensitivity, the sensation of the movement guide you. Move towards what brings you the most bliss. And usually It's finding those spaces that need extra loving attention, extra energy conduction to break open stagnation. Move me back in the child's pose, hips to heels, roll the spine forward over your thighs, rest brow on mat. And just setting the intention to witness whatever you're meant to witness. We get to choose whether or not to engage the Rajasrunas. We just get to witness whatever we're meant to witness with third eye. Rolling the spine up through to seated. And tuck those toes. Take a seat on top of your heels. You can manually tuck the pinky toes. We're opening up the outermost extremities now, yogis. So as soon as these portals are open, energy is free to evacuate. Palms come forward. One palm faces up, one palm faces down. Now ball the hands up into fists and explode like you're flicking water off of fingertips. And then switch. Opposite palm faces up, opposite palm faces down. Now both palms face up. Keep this orientation of the humerus, head bone, and the shoulder socket, right? The spiraling energy of external rotation, humerus, head bone, and shoulder socket, and then start to extend the arms up. So the pinky edge side of the hand should be rotating in towards midline. Beautiful. If you can, keep doing the flashlights. Now lean your weight back, see if you can float your knees up, and find the balance in your tiptoe pose. If you have healthy knees, bounce a little bit. Maybe come all the way up to stand with the heels still lifting. Finding your central axis, right? So we have that chute, that passageway, ready to send energy as we excavate. Now slowly lower. Squeeze the knees together. Lower the hips down to the heels, lower the knees back down to the ground, and palms come forward, facing out. Cross the arms. Interlace your fingers, knuckles come towards your chest, and reach your arms through. Deep Ujjayi breaths. You're gonna feel it. Knuckles back towards the chest. Release, opposite hand on top, interlace, knuckles come towards your chest. Reach your arms through. Doing it for the benefit of all beings. These portals are open now, ready to release whatever we clear from these deeper recesses of the mind-body matrix. Knuckles back towards chest. Release, and shake it out side to side. Forward and back. Beautiful work, nice long sit in Vajrasana. Walk the hands forward, untuck the toes. Gentle drum roll, kick your feet out. Windshield wiper the heels. Fingertips point towards your knees. Now lean your weight back and slowly peel the heels of the hands up off of the mat. Fingertips will look very last. This is probably the hardest part of the practice. These nerve endings so far removed from the central nervous system. Can you bring your elbows down to the mat before the fingers lift? Now walk your hands back, lift your knees up, stretching out the bridges of the feet. Maybe lift up on top of the toe knuckles. Totally optional, not for everybody. Slowly lower it back down again. Walk it forward into your tabletop pose. Spread the fingers wide, tuck your toes. And now this time, instead of getting really creative with our movement, we're going to imprint infrastructure. So tucking the toes, press down through the big toe mounds, lift your knees up just a couple inches. All right, now keep that engagement. Rise the hips up and back, downward facing dog pose. Now with the integrity of our central core engaging, start to walk it out. Bending one knee and then the other, allow the hips to shift from side to side. Sacral chakra is associated with tantric, right? So the masculine, the feminine, the hermetic principle of gender. And we want to have that strength, that immovable force, the Shiva lingam, so that Shakti can dance around it safely. And this is also so that we can protect the body as we expand consciousness in our sphere of existence. All right, and then making your way back into stillness. Lift the heels and tiptoe the feet all the way to the front of the mat. Heels lower down. Inhale as you peel the chest forward, find length, arch your spine. Exhale, step the left foot back. Left knee lowers, untuck the toes. Sweep the arms up as you inhale, low crescent pose, expand across the heart center, broaden across the collarbones. Exhale, the hands come down to the mat. Straighten through the right leg, come onto the heel of the right foot, reach the toes back towards your face. You can tilt the foot from side to side. Breathe into the hamstrings. Again, get creative with your movement. This is also why we did the bandha exercises at the very beginning of practice. So keep those bandhas actively engaging as you move. Now tilt the foot to the right, walk the hands to the right. Breathe into the IT band, outer hip. Beautiful, walk the hands back through the center and rebending in the right knee. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee up. Left hand plants instep right foot, inhale, right arm sweeps up, open-hearted crescent. Gazes at the right fingertips, and again, really feel into every corner of your sphere. Rotate onto the outer edges of both your feet. Now let the left hip dip. Right hand can come to the right knee, ease into the outer hip stretch. Deep Ujjayi breath, send it in. Here you can nod the hips forward and back. Beautiful, start to lift it back up again. Optional, you can if you want to just stay here or slide the right foot on top of the left. Side plank, maybe float a tree. Maybe your right foot steps back behind you, press down through both feet. Wild thing. Now try not to use the right hand and step the right foot all the way back to the front of the mat. Beautiful. Left foot swings down to a 45. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Right hip draws back as left hip drives forward. Again, Mula Bandha activation. Gaze up, lift your heart up. Again, really touch the ceiling of your sphere. Hands come behind the back, interlace. Puff your chest as you inhale. Exhale, hinge from hips, lead with heart. As right shoulder passes right knee, then begin to round in the upper spine. Let the hands weigh heavy back behind. Beautiful work, grounding down to lift up. Roll the spine up, both arms sweep up, warrior one. Hands to hips. Straighten through your right leg and scoot that left foot forward a little bit, shorten the stance. Inhale as you find length through the spine. Exhale to hinge from the hips. Lead with your heart. Hands can come down to the mat. And feel free again to move with the breath deeper into the forward fold. Rippling the spine forward as you inhale, exhaling, crashing into deeper depths. Optional, if you would like, you can lift up onto your fingertips, straighten through your arms, rounding your upper spine. Plug the right fingerhead bone into the right hip socket. See if you can float the right foot off of the mat just an inch. Gently set. Right foot back down. Now walk the hands to the right. Lengthen the spine up and out of your pelvic bowl. Breathe into your lower back. Really opening up the whole sacral region here. Left hand plants outer edge of the right foot. Now right hand comes to your sacrum. Stabilize your hips. Roll your right shoulder back. Charge up your legs. Firm pelvic floor from navel to spine. Maybe right arm extends up, a continuation of that line. Re-extend out through the right fingertips. Tuck the chin and re-extend out the crown. So really barreling these liquid fire tube rides out all of your extremities. Deep Ujjayi breaths into this new space. Amazing. Exhale, both hands back down to the ground. Now shift weight into your right foot. Left leg sweeps up however far it wants to go. It might be more of a supported warrior three. Maybe right hand behind the right ankle. Draw forehead towards shin, re-extend left heel up towards the ceiling for your standing splits. Now optional, left foot can step forward to meet the right foot at the front of the mat. Or those of you that would like to, again, I said I would offer out some opportunities to furthermore activate the sattvic guna chakras. Press it up, lift it up into your handstand. Again, visualize that tube ride. Your arms are now doing what your legs do, right? They're isometrically pulling the energy up, spiraling energy straight out through the hands to create a rooting and rebounding force, a standing still wave. Ride that standing still wave all the way out through the feet, and then work your slow controlled descent down, butt back, feet forward, figure 7. Then slowly lower, maybe a toe tap. Inhale as you peel chest forward, find length arch. Stepping back with the right foot now. Right knee lowers, untuck the toes. Inhale, rise up, low crescent pose. Expand across the heart center. Broaden across the collarbones. Exhale, the hands come down to the mat. Straighten through your left leg, come onto the heel of the left foot. Reach the toes back towards your face, and again, you can tilt the foot from side to side. All the while sending breath in. Be very inquisitive. As soon as the sensation emerges, feel with the breath into that sensation. Tilt the foot to the left and walk the hands to the left. Breathe into the outer hips. IT bands. Back through to center, rebending in the left knee. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee up. Right hand plants instep of the left foot. Inhale, left arm sweeps up. Open hearted crescent. Gazes at the left fingertips. Deep Ujjayi breaths. Again, you really want to feel like you're shooting the rays of the sun from your power center out of your arms, your legs, your crown, all of the extremities. Rotate onto the outer edges of both feet. And let the right hip dip. Left hand to your right knee. Ease into the outer hip stretch. You can kind of nod the hips from side to side. Send breath into the IT band intercostals here. And again, be inquisitive, but keep your bandhas engaging. Central core. And your breath activated. So much to remember. It becomes second nature. Start to lift it back up again. Again, you can stay here, or maybe left foot slides on top of the right. Push the floor away, lift the hips up. Maybe float a tree. Roll that left shoulder back. Left foot can step back behind you. Press down through both feet. Lift the hips up for your wild thing. And now try not to use your left hand. Try to step the left foot all the way to the front of the mat. Again, feel free to use your left hand if you need to. You can take a little stop off and one leg extended and down dog. Right foot swings down to a 45. Heel to heel alignment. Inhale as you rise. Both arms sweep up, gaze up. Again, lift your heart up. Can you touch your ceiling of your spherical room with your fingertips? Beautiful, taking up space. Hands come behind the back. Interlace, opposite them on top. Puff chest as you inhale. Exhale, hinge from hips. Lead with heart. As left shoulder passes left knee, then begin to round. You can also set your torso on top of the left thigh. Let the hands weigh heavy back behind. Send breath into the shoulder girdle as well as the sacrum. Taste the breath, smell the breath. Hear the breath, feel the breath, maybe even see the breath if you feel confident enough in your posture to close the eyes and gaze at the space between the eyebrows. Grounding down to lift up, roll the spine up, both arms sweep up. Hands to hips as you straighten through your left leg. Scoot that right foot forward, shorten the stance. Inhale as you find length through the spine. Exhale, lead with your heart as you forward fold. Hinge from the hips. Hands can come down to the mat. And again, keep your legs supercharged. And just inhale to ripple the spine. Forward, exhale to fold deeper. Maybe lifting up onto the fingertips. You can also use blocks here or books. Straighten through the arms, rounding your upper spine. Plug the left femur head bone into the left hip socket. See if you can float that left foot off of the mat just an inch. And then gently set that left foot back down to the ground. Now walk your hands to the left, lengthening the spine up and out of your pelvic bowl. Breathe into your lower back. Again, honoring your edge. And just gently expanding consciousness into new space. Right hand plants outer edge of the left foot. Left hand to your sacrum to stabilize your pelvic bowl. And roll your left shoulder back. Again, scissor the thighs together, firm pelvic floor, from navel to spine. Again, keep the two hips in one line. Maybe left arm extends up as you continue that line of energy. And then keep exploring deeper degrees as the whole spine twists in space like a DNA helix. Tuck the chin, re-extend out the crown. Amazing. Exhale, both hands back down to the mat. Shift weight forward into the left foot. Either supported warrior three or standing splits. Left hand behind the left ankle. Draw forehead towards shin. We extend right heel up towards the ceiling. And we could just step the right foot to meet the left foot, or hands plant. Middle fingers in line, thumbs in line. Left heel lifts, arms stay straight. Push the floor away. Keep the legs engaged. Connect the legs together at the top. Reach out through the balls of the feet. An upside down energetic tree, growing roots and branches simultaneously. Slowly lower, butt comes back as feet come forward. Figure 7. Toe tap. Release. Inhale as you peel chest forward, find length arch. And exhale to forward fold. Chair pose, bend in knees. Both arms sweep from your chair pose. Shift weight into the right foot. Left heel lifts towards your left seat. Hands come through heart center. Now pitch the heart forward as you reach your left foot back. Warrior 3. Gently bend the right knee. Left foot steps way back. Inhale as both arms sweep. High crescent pose. And you can allow for a little bend in the left knee so that the lower spine stays happy. Hands come through heart center. Inhale as you find length through the spine. Exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow hooks over the right knee. Now if you need to, feel free to lower the left knee down to the ground. Maybe extend the arms up in the wings. Right hand can reach back. For the outer left hip, there is a full bind. Full binders. Take flight. Left foot steps forward. Press up, lift up, root to rise, bird of paradise. Reversed. Beautiful work, yogis. Then slowly lower, pressing down through right foot. Shift weight forward into crown. Left leg can extend back. Bound, twisted half moon on your way back. Step it way back, releasing the bind. Now everyone, windmill it up, leading with the left arm. Warrior 2. Adjusting the stance. Heel to arch. Relax the shoulders, extend out their fingertips. Flip the right palm, reverse it. Left hand to thigh or calf. Lengthen through the right side body. Breathe into your right side body. Inhale, rise. Right elbow, right thigh, left arm extends forward, extended side angle. And you can stay here, or left hand can reach back behind for your right thigh, your right hand to the instep of the right foot. You can also place a block here. Right arm can thread underneath for the full bind. Roll your left shoulder back. Maybe, those of you that want it, you can straighten through the right leg, bound triangle. Step left foot forward, press up, lift upward to rise. Bird of paradise. Straighten through standing and then straighten through lifting. Send in breath, send in your juggy. Slowly lower birds. Pressing down through the right foot, shift way forward into crown. Left leg extends back, round half moon on your way back. And then stepping it way back. Release, bind, rise. Warrior two and straighten through right leg as you rise. Heel to left foot forward. Shorten the stance. Deepen in the right hip crease. Extend the right arm forward, reach. Exhale, right hand to ankle, shin, floor. Left arm extends up and twist. Firm the navel, and as you twist, gaze is at the left fingertips, deep ujjayi breaths. Again, give yourself permission to kind of move in the posture into deeper spaces, right? We're always holding these same trajectories, but like a rabbit hole, it just keeps going. So we never get tired of the same postures as we learn to dive just a little bit deeper. Gently bending in the right knee. Lean weight forward, press up, lift up, float the left leg up. Left hip stacks on top of the right. Push out through heel, reach out through crown. Maybe bending in the left knee, reach back with the left hand for your left foot. Kick the foot into the hand and slingshot the heart forward. Beautiful, gently release. Now from here, practice kicking the left foot to the left. And then slowly